Hi guys and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4, and yes, you've not heard that in a while, have you? We've been playing a lot of Superbike 22 and a lot of MotoGP 22 as well. But the most important thing about this video is, do I still have it when it comes to Ride 4? Because I played this a few days ago, just briefly, just to do a quick video, and I was utterly awful. I was so disappointed with my speed, my precision, and consistency that I just fell out of love with this game completely. Now I know it can all come back when we do more and more races, but that initial hit of just disappointment was really unforgiving. I was not expecting it. I thought, I'll pick Ride 4 up and I'll just be fine, but I was really disappointed with how slow I was going and just couldn't get the braking right. The bikes felt weird, the bikes felt strange, they turned differently, and everything is just different. So different. So today I wanted to try Ride 4, and this time open-minded, go through on one of my favourite tracks on one of my most favourite bikes, the Mondial Piega, with a livery created by Mad Max and a helmet created by Sergio23. So got the Ace's blessing, got the Ace's backup, and we should be absolutely fine. But there is another twist to this story, and this purpose of this video is that I'm going to Birmingham this week to the motorcycle event, Motorcycle Live 2022, and whilst I'm going to be there, I'm going to be using some PS5s, and we're going to be promoting Ride 4 and BMW as well. But the key point being PS5s. Now I use a PS4 controller on the PC when playing Ride 4, Superbike 22, and even MotoGP 22. So I thought maybe now is as good a time than any to move over to the PS5 controller, starting with Ride 4. Now I have changed a few things. From when I've been playing Superbike and MotoGP, I've changed over to full manual gears. Everything is completely manual now, everything's changed, and even the button configuration has also been moved as well. Now regarding Ride 4, I have changed the button configuration, however, there is a tuck-in button for Ride 4, and I cannot ride without the tuck-in button being at manual. I tried it as automatic and it completely put me off playing this game because I was just not understanding it. The bike didn't tuck in when I wanted it to tuck in, and it also didn't tuck in when I expected it to tuck in, so didn't feel comfortable for me, really didn't like it. So unfortunately I have stuck with semi-automatic gears for Ride 4 simply because of how important that tuck-in is for me. In the Superbike game, in MotoGP as well, I do find that the gearing is very important to do yourself, but here in Ride 4, I don't think so. I've been able to compete with the best of them, and I've been able to get world records with using my setup and using semi-automatic gears. So as far as I'm concerned, I am happy to stick with this method, but with the new button configuration and layout. Now as far as my lap times go here in Alton Park, it's not bad, but it's certainly not what I expected. It is quite a way off. I think we're about 3 seconds slower than my previous best lap times, but that was set with a completely different motorcycle. I think it was the MV Agusta F4 1000 Ago, so that was set in a long time ago. We're probably at my peak of riding with Ride 4. But regarding swapping over to the PS5 controller, I don't particularly like the DualSense controller. It's a big clunky controller like the Xbox controllers, for example. If you're a fan of the Xbox large style, then you'll be fine with the DualSense, but I like the symmetric analog sticks. I like the face buttons. I think they all feel pretty solid and quite responsive. The triggers feel pretty good as well, but I just don't like the size of the controller, and as you can see in this video, I will continue to improve as we go, and getting the feeling with the PS5 controller is slowly coming. But the vibration is very different, so braking in general, it feels like the vibration is about to rumble straight out of the plastic of the controller, where the DualShock 4 was quite tame under the configuration for vibration. Now as far as vibration and rumble goes, I find it very important to make sure that I use those for racing games, even for shooters if I'm playing on a console, but majority of the time if I'm playing anything else, it's probably mouse and keyboard. It just tends to be racing games that I use with the controller. But as this video is progressing and now up to lap 3, you can see the bit of life coming back here, and the smooth corners that I'm known for and the bike moving in a particular way, I think it's beginning to shine through. and now we're up into a 1:33.8. I'm seeing potential. You know, if we can get within a second or two from my fastest lap times from where I was before, I'm probably not going to be too disappointed. So I do have a lot more Ride 4 content planned, and I do aim to push more Ride 4 content, Superbike and MotoGP out, and we just run all three games simultaneously just throughout the weeks. But for now, I'm beginning to feel happy, feel positive, and feel pumped about Ride 4 now. I was really concerned for going to Birmingham, playing Ride 4 and showing players, and then being panicked at the fact that, uh-oh, this is not a DualShock 4, this is a DualSense controller. Now, the last time I tried a different controller was actually in Donington Park, when I went to the BMW Hospitality. They wanted to use the PS5 controller with the BMW M1000RR, and I instantly felt weird. First thing I did was turn off the trigger from the auto feedback, whatever you call it, the haptic feedback. I turned that off completely because I thought that was just garbage. I really didn't like that. I think it's more of a hindrance to the actual experience rather than a much better feeling or sense of sensitivity that it gives. I didn't find it, I just found that it was a hindrance and I turned it off. So racing without that on the PS5 controller but on PC is a much better way for me to play personally. But we are now going up to lap 4 now, soft tyres enabled. I have done a couple of crashes in the cuts of this video now, did actually aim to keep those bits in, but sadly I deleted them. I have a habit of when I have all my clips and things I need to use, I just delete the ones I don't need immediately, so then it won't get in the way and I won't overlap, etc. So unfortunately there will be no bloopers. I did actually plan to have it in this video, but sadly not today. There wasn't too many, but there was enough to make its own blooper reel. So I think after the second lap I high-sided straight into turn 3, and I think after that I got a little bit too reckless on the rear brake. Now of course, rear brake, Superbike, rear brake on Ride 4 is very different. You can slam on the rear brake and Superbike, but Ride 4, not so much. Be very careful if you're going to be using the rear brake. But from the third sector, we are up by 0.3 of a second, so not too bad. But approaching up from the Knickerbrook and now up into the water tower after Clay Hill, this is a part that always used to give me a bit of trouble. How do we fare with the DualSense controller? Not too bad, looking like a better entry than what Peter Hickman got on Jason O'Halloran this year. But now charging down to the back part of the circuit as we now go into Lodge Corner, keep it in nice and tight. Careful of the wheelie here. I did do this a few times before actually committing to recording the video itself, but across the line it is an improvement. And we are now up into the 133's 135, so actually approaching the next increment of second. Now I do believe, as I said earlier, it's a 131 something that I set with the F4 Aggo, but if we can get into the 132s with the DualSense controller, I think I'll be quite happy with that. And of course guys, if you are enjoying the content, be sure to hit the like button and consider subscribing as well. But most importantly, if you do want to see more Ride 4 content, then let me know by clicking the like button, and also let me know in the comment section down below. I want to prioritise the videos that you guys want to see rather than what is better for me to record. So breaking into the difficult chicane, of course we've seen carnage here in BSB, British Superbike race this season at this very track, so we have to be very careful there and hopefully not make a replication of what happened in BSB this year. But now into Hislops, keep it in nice and tight and get the change direction, aiming for the apex to the left hand side of Hissies, and then back over to the right for the Knickerbrook. Not too bad so far. Ooh, careful on the rumble strips, and look at those. A rumble strip you can actually ride. Oh, big wheelie, big wheelie, big wheelie. Oh, I didn't half feel that coming then. The controller vibrated like mad as we went over into that particular corner before the water tower. The Clay Hill certainly offers a wheeling opportunity, and I did notice in one of the earlier laps as well, we had a beautiful wheelie coming in onto the straight before the Lodge corner. I was quite impressed with that, but it only lost time, so I guess really you shouldn't be impressed with a wheelie that makes you lose time. Now I was going to end the video on that particular lap or the one afterwards, but I invalidated the lap, so I didn't really want to end it on an invalid lap, so I decided to come back out of the pits and give it one more shot. And I also couldn't help to notice how close we were to the next increment of second, so let's give this one big push to get into the 132s. 132 would probably put me around a second slower than my previous best, so hopefully we can better it here. So into the first sector, 67,000th of a second up into the first split, but now into the fifth corner for the shell oils. Keep it in nice and tight as much as you can, then bring on the power, getting a little bit loose and running on the curb to the left hand side there. But now into Britain's for the chicane as we get that quick change direction. Keep it over to the right, then bring it onto the left, but without using too much power. I don't know if I told you already, but I am still using electronics at 0 AW and TCS at 0 as well. Engine brake on 2, so the assists are pretty minimal at this point of the video. But I do like to think that the quality, the riding, the consistency is coming. It's coming back. I just need to spend a bit more time with Ride 4 and make sure I'm working with the bikes, not fighting them against them like I've been doing a Superbike 22. But coming out to Druids now, we're going to bring on the power, probably get a bit of wheeling. No, we actually managed to hold it down there as we go charging into the large corner to bring it onto the right hand side with vengeance to get into the final part of Alton. Is this going to be a 132? I don't mind if it's not, but I would really appreciate if it is. And across the line, it is a 132.836. So guys, that is it from me. I do hope you enjoyed this return back to Ride 4. What do you think, guys? Do you think I've still got it? Do you reckon I can be as fast as I used to be? Or even faster? Let me know in the comment section down below. But guys, thank you very much for watching the video. It's been a pleasure to make it for you, and I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and ciao for now. Oh hi! Didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.